Welcome back to the channel Rare Coin Insights. The 2000 United States nickel is a coin that, like most others, may appear simple at first glance but has its own unique place in the history of U.S. coinage. While most 2000 nickels are worth only their face value of 5 cents, certain rare versions and errors of the coin have become highly sought after by collectors. To understand the full significance of the 2000 nickel, it's important to explore the history of the coin, its design, its production, and the factors that make it valuable to collectors. The nickel, also known as the 5-cent coin, has a long history that dates back to 1866. For most of its existence, the nickel featured the image of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, on its obverse, front, while the reverse, back, showed a variety of designs. The 2000 nickel, like other modern nickels, continued to feature Jefferson on the front. However, it marked a year of transition in U.S. coinage, as the design on the reverse was updated as part of a series of changes to coins celebrating important aspects of American history. The 2000 nickel was struck with a reverse design that was part of the Westward Journey nickel series, which was introduced in 2004 to commemorate the bicentennial of the Lewis and Clark expedition. The reverse features a depiction of the American bison, also known as the buffalo, which is an iconic symbol of the American frontier. The front of the coin features an image of Thomas Jefferson, which has been used on the nickel since 1938, though it has undergone subtle changes throughout the years. The 2000 nickel also marks the transition from the old design to a new one, with a focus on representing the pioneering spirit and the history of the United States. Although the 2000 nickel itself was not specifically part of the Westward Journey series, that began in 2004, the changes in U.S. coinage design in the years leading up to 2004 set the stage for these future developments. The 2000 nickel, like most modern U.S. nickels, is made from a combination of copper and nickel. Specifically, it consists of 75% copper and 25% nickel, which gives the coin its distinct appearance and durability. The alloy used in the coin's production is not only sturdy enough to withstand the wear and tear of daily circulation but also offers the coin a relatively long lifespan, ensuring that it remains in circulation for many years. The U.S. Mint, which is responsible for the production of coins, struck billions of nickels in the year 2000, as it does every year. The coins were produced at the Philadelphia and Denver mints, and each coin was struck using modern coinage technology that ensures the design elements are sharp and clear. One aspect of the production of the 2000 nickel that makes it notable in the numismatic world is the sheer number of coins minted. In 2000, the U.S. Mint produced over 1 billion nickels, ensuring that the coin would be widely circulated and used throughout the country. Despite the large production numbers, there are still certain versions of the 2000 nickel that stand out, whether due to errors or unique design variations, rare varieties and errors. While most 2000 nickels are not particularly rare or valuable, there are certain examples of the coin that have attracted the attention of collectors and numismatists due to errors or unique variations in their production. These coins are often worth much more than their face value and can fetch significant amounts at auction. One of the most famous error coins associated with the 2000 nickel is the double die variety. A double die occurs when a coin is struck by a die that has been misaligned, leading to a doubling effect in the lettering or design. In the case of the 2000 nickel, this error is most often seen in the date, 2000, on the obverse of the coin. The doubling effect makes the numbers appear slightly more prominent and blurry than normal, and this variety is highly prized by collectors. Another error that occasionally appears on 2000 nickels is a clashed die. A clashed die occurs when the dies used to strike the coins make contact with each other, leaving an impression of one die on the other side of the coin. This creates unique and often distorted images that make the coin stand out. Though relatively rare, clashed die errors are sought after by collectors, as they are considered to be interesting and unique anomalies in coin production. Finally, the 2000 nickel, like other modern coins, has been struck with occasional off-center errors, die cracks, and other abnormalities. Each of these errors can add significant value to the coin, especially when combined with high-quality preservation and the rarity of the mistake. Coins with these types of errors are often graded and sold to collectors who are interested in acquiring unique pieces for their collections. For most people, the 2000 nickel is worth only 5 cents, as it was produced in large quantities for circulation. However, due to the presence of rare varieties and errors, some 2000 nickels have sold for much higher prices in the numismatic market. For example, a well-preserved 2000 nickel featuring a double die error or other rare variations can fetch several $100s or even more, depending on its condition and rarity. A double die 2000 nickel in excellent condition, for instance, might be worth $100 or more, with some coins selling for thousands of dollars at auction if they are particularly rare or in mint state condition. The value of a 2000 nickel depends largely on the grade of the coin, which is determined by its physical condition. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect coin with no signs of wear. Coins with higher grades tend to be worth more, as they are more visually appealing and rare. Collectors often seek out these rare coins because they are a way to own a piece of history with a unique twist. In fact, many numismatists are drawn to the thrill of discovering coins that contain errors or variations, as these mistakes make the coin stand out in a way that regular, mass-produced coins cannot. As a result, the 2000 nickel, while common in general circulation, has the potential to be worth much more than its face value for the right collector. Why collecting 2000 nickels is popular. Coin collecting, also known as numismatics, is a popular hobby enjoyed by millions of people around the world. Collectors often focus on specific years, designs, or types of coins, and the 2000 nickel has garnered interest from collectors due to the potential for finding error varieties and rare versions. The fascination with these coins lies not only in their design and history but also in the thrill of hunting for coins that might be worth more than their initial cost. The 2000 nickel is also attractive to collectors because it represents an important time in the history of American coinage. With the eventual transition to the Westward Journey nickel series, which featured bison and other symbols of the American frontier, the 2000 nickel serves as a bridge between older designs and newer, commemorative ones. For many collectors, owning a 2000 nickel is a way to connect with a particular moment in U.S. history and the evolution of American coinage. The appeal of error coins and rare variations also plays a significant role in driving interest in the 2000 nickel. Coins that are slightly different from their intended design, whether due to a misaligned die or a mistake during production, are always in demand. These coins are often seen as valuable pieces of numismatic history, as they represent an error that occurred during the minting process and, as such, are not easily replicated. For collectors, finding an error coin can be like discovering a hidden treasure, making the pursuit of rare 2000 nickels an exciting part of the hobby. The 2000 nickel is a fascinating coin that offers much more than meets the eye. While most of these coins are worth just 5 cents, certain rare varieties and errors can make them highly valuable to collectors. Whether it's a double die error, a clashed die, or another unique feature, the 2000 nickel has found a place in the hearts of numismatists who are drawn to the thrill of the hunt and the historical significance of the coin. For those interested in coin collecting, the 2000 nickel represents a valuable opportunity to own a piece of American history. With its combination of design, production errors, and the potential for rare finds, it's no wonder that this seemingly simple coin has captured the attention of collectors and enthusiasts alike. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or a newcomer to the hobby, the 2000 nickel offers an intriguing glimpse into the world of coinage and the exciting world of coin collecting. The 1988 United States nickel, though not as widely discussed as some other years of the coin, has its own place in the rich history of U.S. coinage. Like all modern nickels, the 1988 version is primarily used for its face value of 5 cents, but collectors and numismatists often pay close attention to coins from particular years like 1988 for any possible variations, rare errors, or changes in design. This coin represents a time of consistency in the U.S. mint's production process, but also holds unique qualities that make it an interesting subject for collectors. The 1988 nickel continues to feature the same iconic design that has been associated with the coin for over 50 years. On the obverse, front, of the coin, there is a portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States. This portrait has been used on the nickel since 1938 and remains one of the most recognized features of U.S. coinage. The design, created by artist Felix Schlag, is a depiction of Jefferson in his later years, framed by the inscription, Liberty, above and the year of minting, 1988, below. The reverse, back, of the 1988 nickel features Jefferson's home, Monticello, which has been the design of the nickel's reverse side since 1938 as well. This design symbolizes the personal legacy of Jefferson and his contributions to the founding of the United States. The coin's reverse includes the inscription E pluribus unum, Latin for, out of many, one, and Monticello, at the bottom, along with the coin's denomination, 5 cents. The composition of the 1988 nickel, like other nickels produced since 1866, is 75% copper and 25% nickel. This mixture provides the coin with its distinctive silver-like color and durability, which has made it a staple of U.S. currency for over a century. The alloy is tough enough to endure years of wear and circulation, ensuring that the coin remains in service for a long time. Production of the 1988 nickel. In terms of production, the 1988 nickel saw significant numbers minted, as is typical for U.S. coins in circulation. The U.S. Mint produced millions of these coins at its facilities in Philadelphia and Denver, where most of the nation's coinage is struck. The large number of 1,988 nickels that were produced means that the vast majority of these coins are available at their face value of 5 cents, but there are certain factors that can make particular coins from this year more valuable in the world of numismatics. The 1988 nickel is one of the regular circulation coins in U.S. coinage, meaning it wasn't part of a commemorative series, nor did it feature a major design change that would cause the coin to stand out in popular memory. However, like any other year, certain variations or errors could contribute to its appeal for collectors. While the 1988 nickel is widely available in its standard form, there are still occasional errors and variations that have the potential to make certain coins from this year more valuable. These errors, whether they occur during the minting process or result from a mistake with the dies, can significantly increase the value of an individual coin, especially among collectors who are eager to find coins with unique characteristics. One of the most common types of errors found on the 1988 nickel is the off-center strike. An off-center strike happens when the planchet, the blank metal disc, is not properly aligned with the die when it is struck, causing part of the design to be missing or distorted on one side of the coin. This is a relatively rare error, but it can be especially sought after by collectors because it creates a visually distinctive version of the coin. Another error that occasionally occurs on 1988 nickels is the double die error. A double die error happens when the design on the coin is imprinted onto the planchet more than once, causing certain elements of the coin to appear as though they are doubled or offset. This can sometimes be seen in the lettering, such as the word Liberty on the obverse, or in the date on the coin. While the 1988 nickel is not known for being a particularly error-prone year, a double die version of the coin can fetch a significantly higher price than a regular example. Clash die errors are another type of mistake that can sometimes be found on the 1988 nickel. This occurs when the obverse and reverse dies of the coin press against each other without a planchet between them, leaving an imprint from one die on the opposite side of the coin. The results can create unusual and unexpected designs, such as partial impressions of Jefferson's portrait on the reverse side or other anomalies. While clash die errors can be hard to spot without a trained eye, they are highly sought after by coin collectors who appreciate their rarity and uniqueness. Die cracks are another form of imperfection that might be found on 1988 nickels. These occur when the metal die used to strike the coins becomes cracked or damaged over time, resulting in small raised lines on the surface of the coin. While die cracks don't usually detract from the coin's overall design, they can sometimes make a particular coin more interesting to collectors. Some collectors specifically look for coins with these types of imperfections because they can be rare and offer insight into the history of the minting process. For most collectors, the 1988 nickel is a relatively common coin, and as such, it is generally not seen as a high-value piece. However, there are still several reasons why collectors might seek out the 1988 nickel, especially if they are focused on a particular set of coins or are searching for errors and rare variations. The 1988 nickel holds appeal for those interested in collecting coins from specific years, especially if they are focusing on a certain type of design, such as the ongoing portrayal of Thomas Jefferson or the Monticello reverse. Some collectors specialize in collecting nickels from each year of production, so the 1988 nickel is simply one piece in the puzzle of their collection. One of the reasons collectors might be interested in the 1988 nickel is that it is part of a consistent design era. Since the design of the nickel remained unchanged from 1938 until 2004, collectors who specialize in Jefferson Nickels will want to complete their sets with examples from each year within that span. For example, a collector who is assembling a set of Jefferson Nickels from 1938 to 2004 would need the 1988 nickel to complete their collection. For collectors who are specifically interested in error coins, the 1988 nickel presents an opportunity to find a piece that contains an unusual feature, such as a double die, off-center strike, or die crack. While these error coins are not common, they are highly desirable to collectors who appreciate the rarity and the history behind each unique coin. The 1988 nickel also serves as a reminder of the consistency of U.S. coinage production during the late 20th century. The overall design of the nickel, unchanged for decades, provides a sense of continuity in American currency and serves as a connection to the nation's past. Even though the 1988 nickel may not have been part of a major design change or commemorative series, its continued production is a testament to the enduring legacy of the Jefferson nickel design. The 1988 U.S. nickel, while not as famous or iconic as some other coins in American numismatics, holds its place as an important piece of U.S. coinage. For most people, the coin is worth only 5 cents, but it is the collector community that finds value in its history, potential errors, and variations. As part of the Jefferson series, the 1988 nickel contributes to a larger set of coins that chronicle the development of American currency. While it is not typically considered a rare or valuable coin in its standard form, certain variations and errors can make the 1988 nickel highly desirable to collectors. For those interested in finding unique pieces of history or adding to a collection of U.S. nickels, the 1988 coin provides an interesting and worthwhile option. Whether you are interested in the coin's historical significance, its potential for error coins, or its place in the broader context of U.S. currency, the 1988 nickel offers something for nearly every type of collector. The 1995 United States nickel holds a place in the long history of American coinage, but its significance in the world of numismatics is mostly centered around its production as a regular issue coin, with some potential for errors or variations. In order to understand the 1995 nickel, it is helpful to look at the design, composition, and specific features of the coin, as well as any potential for rare errors that could make a specific example more valuable than its face value of 5 cents. The 1995 nickel continues the same design that has been in use since 1938, making it a part of the long-standing tradition of the Jefferson Nickel series. On the obverse front of the 1995 nickel, there is a portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States. This portrait, created by artist Felix Schlag, has been a hallmark of the Jefferson nickel since its introduction in 1938. The portrait depicts Jefferson in his later years and is framed by the word "Liberty" above the portrait, the year of minting, 1995, below, and the motto, "In God We Trust," to the right of Jefferson's image. The reverse, back, of the 1995 nickel features an image of Jefferson's home, Monticello. This design has been on the reverse of the nickel since 1938 as well and is one of the most recognizable symbols in American coinage. Below Monticello, the inscription Monticello is visible, along with the coin's denomination, 5 cents. Additionally, the coin carries the motto, E pluribus unum, out of many, one, as part of the reverse design. The 1995 nickel, like most modern nickels, is composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel. This composition gives the coin its characteristic silver-like appearance and durability, ensuring it can withstand the wear and tear of regular circulation. This alloy has been used in the production of nickels for many years, making it a consistent feature of American coinage. The 1995 nickel was struck in large quantities by the U.S. Mint, both at its Philadelphia and Denver facilities. It is part of a continuous stream of production that ensures the supply of circulating coins needed for commerce across the United States. As with most years of the Jefferson Nickel, the 1995 coin was produced for general circulation, meaning it was not part of a special commemorative series or a unique design change. The quantity of 1995 nickels produced was sufficient to meet the demand for the 5-cent coin in the economy, and as such, most 1995 nickels are found in circulation today. The 1995 nickel saw millions of coins minted across the two facilities. While the exact figures may vary slightly depending on the location, it is safe to say that the majority of these coins were produced for everyday use and are now quite common. For most people, the 1995 nickel is simply a 5-cent piece, but for numismatists and collectors, it is still an important part of the broader collection of U.S. coins from the late 20th century. While the 1995 nickel is often seen as a standard coin, there are still potential errors or variations that can make specific coins from this year more valuable to collectors. Numismatists pay close attention to specific years and look for rare imperfections that might increase the value of a particular coin, and the 1995 nickel is no exception. One of the most common errors found in coins from this period is the off-center strike. This happens when the coin's planchet, the metal disc that is struck to create the coin, is not properly aligned with the die during the minting process. When this occurs, part of the design is missing or improperly struck, resulting in a coin that has an unusual or incomplete design. An off-center strike can be a particularly sought-after error because it makes the coin visually unique, and collectors often prize these types of anomalies. Another potential error that can be found on the 1995 nickel is a double die error. This type of error happens when the design on the coin is struck more than once, causing the image or text to appear as though it has been duplicated or shifted. In the case of the 1995 nickel, the word Liberty on the obverse or the date 1995 could be the focus of such an error. While double die errors are relatively rare, they are valuable to collectors due to the striking visual impact they create. In addition to off-center strikes and double die errors, the 1995 nickel could also experience clashed die errors. A clashed die occurs when the obverse and reverse dies of the coin press against each other without a planchet between them. This can leave an impression of one die on the opposite side of the coin, creating an unusual and distinctive error. Such clash die errors can sometimes result in partial or ghostly images of Jefferson or Monticello appearing on the opposite side of the coin, which adds to their appeal among collectors. Another variation that may occasionally occur is die cracks, which form when the dies used to strike the coins begin to wear out or crack over time. While not as visually striking as other types of errors, die cracks can still make a coin interesting to collectors because they indicate the wear and use of the dies during the minting process. Some die cracks may even form unique patterns or shapes that can make a coin stand out among others from the same year. Collecting the 1995 nickel. For most collectors, the 1995 nickel is a common coin, and its value is generally limited to its face value of 5 cents. However, collectors who specialize in Jefferson nickels or who focus on finding error coins may find the 1995 nickel an interesting piece to add to their collection. The 1995 nickel is a regular issue coin, and as such, it is often found in large quantities, but there are still ways in which the coin can be a valuable addition to a collection. For those who collect Jefferson nickels from each year of issue, the 1995 nickel is an important part of completing a set of coins from the 20th century. This year falls squarely in the middle of the regular series of Jefferson Nickels, so those looking to complete a full set of these coins will need to include the 1995 version in their collection. Additionally, collectors of error coins may want to keep an eye out for the 1995 nickel in search of rare variations. A coin with an off-center strike, a doubled die, or a clashed die could significantly increase in value, depending on the severity of the error and the demand for such coins. Collectors who specialize in finding these rare errors often have a sharp eye for spotting unusual characteristics in a coin, making the 1995 nickel an interesting candidate for such collectors. The 1995 U.S. nickel, like many of the coins produced during this time, is a regular issue coin that holds significance within the broader context of U.S. coinage. While it is not as famous as other coins or part of a commemorative series, the 1995 nickel is still an important piece in the ongoing series of Jefferson Nickels. The coin's design, featuring the portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and an image of Monticello on the reverse, is consistent with the long-standing tradition of U.S. nickel production. Although most 1995 nickels are worth only 5 cents, there are still potential variations and errors that can make certain coins more valuable to collectors. Off-center strikes, double die errors, clash die errors, and die cracks are just a few of the types of issues that can make a 1995 nickel stand out in a collection. For collectors of Jefferson Nickels or error coins, the 1995 nickel provides an opportunity to find a unique and valuable piece for their collection. While the 1995 nickel may not be as famous as some other U.S. coins, it still holds its place as an important and interesting part of the nation's coinage history.